I've been finishing up my kinesiology degree. I actually graduated in December, so now I'm ready to get more so back full time and operating the Enspire brand and doing some other things. I think it's important that I come back and start my YouTube series because I'm on this entrepreneurial journey. Some years is better than the others. Some time has been better than the others. But I'm in a position to be able to show some current supporters and some future supporters my journey. I haven't, and I guess I gotta be honest because I'm building this content, but I've had some good momentum. I also have some, momentum that slowed down tremendously. But I got a lot of faith in my vision. I got a lot of faith in my ideas, and I got a lot of faith in my brand. But outside of all of that, I got a lot of faith in my God. I got a lot of faith that God's going to put me back in a position where I can fully orchestrate the way I'm supposed to. Over the last few years, as I've gained a good amount of success, I needed to work on myself as far as being a better person, watching how I speak to people, more so having a little bit more empathy and compassion for people. And I feel as though since I've been on this journey quite a while now, and I feel as though I made a good amount of progress, but as anyone know who's progressing at something, that it's never a point that you get to where you just like, okay, I'm done. I done did some work. I'm here, X, Y, and Z. I feel as though this is going to be a continuing journey for me. And I think that's because of everything else that I've experienced. So, like I say, I want to give my community that I'm building an inside scoop on my life and how I go about things. So I will get back into the fold of the day in the life of Black kind of madness, and just show everybody my type of entrepreneurial journey. Like I say, I think I'm more so building this content for accountability, to kind of always be able to go back to something and say, don't forget you said this, or don't forget that you orchestrated like this, or you was kind of moving like this, so I could kind of stay in line myself. That's a part of it. The other part is I have this thing where I'm trying to build something huge, something of a different magnitude, and I find myself keep kind of getting back to the same spaces and places. And I'm not quite sure if that's me, my situation, the current things that's going on in my life, but I'm not too sure. But day to day, I'm working to, again, improve on all of these things and continuously elevate my life and all sorts of things that I may have going on. So this is going to be me coming back to the space and kind of just, giving some updates on things and showing some merch and just kind of get back to having a camera back around me a little bit more and capturing these things. I dedicated the last 2 or 3 years to school, finishing up that degree, because I spent a lot of time, I spent a lot of time doing some traveling, again, having some successful drops. So I found myself in a space where I had a good amount of free time. And within me having that free time, I wasn't using that time I would say, to my best use, my best ability. So with me completing school, it kind of put me in a different type of mindset and momentum and thought process. So now going forward, I'm basically starting from scratch. So um, I always had a idea to show my journey and show all of the things that I have going on, whether that be my ideas, my vision, my progress, just all those things. I always had an idea and dream to bring it to the YouTube space. So this is the best way I know how to do it, starting fresh. So um, I'm going to give y'all my raw, unapologetic self. I hope that it inspire other people's along on their journey, and I hope some of you inspire me and send me some encouraging words or some motivation as you see some of the things I might go through. So all in all, I'm human, just like everyone else. I may have a different thought process and motivation behind what I have going on and what I do, but you know, we all trying to strive and reach somewhere. So it's going to be super cool to kind of bring you all along on this journey. I mean, I've been doing this is my 11th year. So the first 10 years has been a roller coaster. So I can only imagine how the next few years go. But like I say, again, we start this thing from scratch. I'm going to give you all my entrepreneurial ways to see how I navigate this thing. So stay tuned. Well, it's the next day of business, and I'm looking to get some traction. I pulled out my 4 new Herb fitteds that I got. That's like my last in stock hats at the moment, so I just promoted those, seeing if we could get some momentum and rhythm with those. Like I said, since I've been back on the Maryland side, things have slowed up tremendously. But you know, that's okay. We will figure out well, not we, I will figure out the best way possible to pick up the momentum. I got a couple ideas, some new things in my vision that I'm going to bring to the forefront. But as of right now, we just restarting this thing, regaining some momentum, like I've been saying. Yeah, I'm starting the second month of the year with 4 hats. So, you know, just restarting the inventory, but I'm going to keep the main thing, and turn this whole thing around for me. So, first line of order is selling through these last couple fitted hats and getting my varsity jackets, and then putting those out to the public and see if we can get a few of those moving. And then I plan to restock our vault jogger suits. So I'm just going, you know, roll out drop after drop after drop, more product each drop, and just see if I can get this thing in some, you know, some better rhythm. So that's my task for the next couple of days. It is Sunday, the end of the week. We had a long week. I've been updating all week, but today is Sunday, and I haven't had a sale. I haven't had a sale. I haven't had an order. I haven't had anything going of any real significance in what I'm trying to accomplish business-wise. Again, this has been this whole week, but it's been like this for like 2 or 3 years. I just decided to start documenting it. So, you know, going into a new week, Monday, I got to come up with another plan or another way to accomplish some things business-wise and get some momentum. It's been quite frustrating, the time that I've been having since I've been back in this state. But at this particular point in junction, you know, what else am I going to do? I don't, I can't really call it. I don't know. I've been doing the same things that I've always been doing since I've been an entrepreneur. So it's kind of hard for me to actually pinpoint the real issue or whatever. But I'm going to document this thing, so eventually we all going to find out why the wins and losses been the way that they have been. Being as though the situation is the situation, I figure I need to make some changes. So the last 3 or 4 days, for the last 3 or 4 nights, normally I have to smoke before I go to sleep. I have a sleeping disorder along with being bipolar, in which I have manic episodes. It's the first time I've actually said that to give to the public. I mean, I touched on it in my early days doing Enspire, but I haven't, said too much about it, or I haven't had to touch too much about it in the last few years or whatever. But being as though I am an individual with a chemical imbalance in his brain, a lot of this type of stuff weigh heavy on me or whatever. But I was smoking to be able to go to sleep at night, and I was smoking throughout the day I called myself staying focused or whatever. But I think that's a big part of why I haven't been able to get as much traction as I feel as though I should be getting. So I made the decision a couple days ago to quit at night first, and last night was my 4th night not smoking, and today is my first day of not smoking. And I'm not trying to say like I'm quitting or I'm never going to smoke again or whatever, but I'm definitely going to take a nice little break, because for the last 13 years I have been consuming marijuana more heavily than the average person or whatever. And I've always felt I couldn't get as much done, or I couldn't be as efficient and effective that I could be if I kind of continued down that path. So I made the personal choice the other day to cease that habit. My first night trying to go to sleep was horrible. I stayed up all night. But the next night was better. The 3rd night was better. And the 4th night was better. So I figured day to day, day after day, time after time, the feeling to ease up and things to get a little lighter for me. So I'm excited about that journey. It was a time in my earlier 20s, maybe, later in my teens, that I absolutely didn't smoke. I just hustled and gambled and made money. So I want to, as I'm growing to be a better young man, I want to get back to those things that won't affect me going forward at what I'm trying to do. It's kind of extremely hard to be a solopreneur and have these bad vices and bad habits along with it too. So I made the personal choice on slowing that part of my life all the way down. I'm definitely going to try to avoid those circles and those situations as much as I can, at least until I get more traction in what I'm doing, get a little bit more rhythm in not smoking. So right now I'm okay. I'm not really like agitated or irritated or anxious or jumpy or anything like that. So I'm hoping and imagining that this is a good start for me, and I could change some of these moments for myself. Again, I haven't had, since I moved back to Maryland, I haven't had a successful year, and that's just me being honest. Like I say, a lot of that, I mean, it's my business and it's my show, so a lot of that is on me. And I think a lot of my vices could hinder my progress in what I'm trying to do. So I gotta make some big boy decisions and cut some of these vices out so I could continue to elevate myself and elevate my family and elevate my brand and all of these things. Smoking all day. Yeah, smoking all day. And half the night, it's not gonna get it done for me. So that's the realization I came to middle of this week. So hopefully this helps bring a different type of energy in what I'm doing and a different type of focus, and then we could get some, we get back to having some real traction. I'm excited for the sobriety journey. And as y'all see me making videos or making content, please just give some words of encouragement as I'm on this journey. Even if you so happen to see me out in public, like, give me some words of encouragement. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect, but I'm definitely trying to cease this habit. Just trying to grow up a little bit more. My whole 20s and the majority of my 30s, I've been a pothead. So I think I could utilize my time and my efforts and all of those cool things a whole lot better if I quit. So this is a part of the journey. So with having such a overall bad week, I found a bright spot in it, and this is one of those particular bright spots. So the good, the bad, the ups, the downs. So it's all here for your enjoyment, and I hope you all enjoy it.